And then, there are creations that transcend the very concept of driving. Machines that become art, presence, and power combined into one flawless form. This is the 2026 Mercedes-Maybach GLS800, a masterpiece sculpted for a new era of luxury, a future where engineering meets emotion. This is not just another SUV, it is sovereignty on wheels, and you're watching future pro cars. Look closer and you'll find no weak angles. The 20-spoke Maybach wheels, finished in gloss silver and rose gold, spin like precision-cut jewels. The LED headlamps, with crystal detailing, cut through the night like the eyes of a predator that never sleeps. Walk to the rear, and the tail design feels almost architectural, a blend of grace and authority. The light bar glows like molten glass, stretching across the sculpted back like a signature written in fire. Step inside, and you don't enter a car. You step into a realm, a place where craftsmanship meets serenity, where every surface whispers refinement. The white and red dual-tone Napa leather, stitched with diamond precision, feels less like upholstery and more like couture fashion. The Maybach logo, embossed elegantly across the headrests, glows faintly in ambient light, a subtle reminder that this is not transportation, it's experience. The digital cockpit spans seamlessly across the dash, alive with futuristic animations that respond to your touch. Every screen, every dial, breathes sophistication. No clutter, no compromise. And in the back is where the magic truly begins. The executive rear seats recline at the press of a button, massaging away the concept of fatigue. There are cars that turn heads, and then there are cars that turn hearts. The 2026 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 63 P850 doesn't just enter the road, it enters the bloodstream. From the first moment you see it, you know this isn't an SUV built for trends or traffic. It's a moving monument. A masterpiece sculpted for power, presence, and pure emotion, painted in a two-tone finish. It doesn't demand attention, it devours it. You don't just look at this SUV, you witness it. Because when your eyes lock onto its surface, the world behind it fades into silence. This isn't just another AMG, this is where emotion meets engineering. A machine that makes you feel before it even moves. It's poetry in motion, passion. Mercedes hasn't remastered the past here, they've rewritten the future. The wine red upper glows like dusk, calm, royal, endless, while the black base absorbs light like liquid ink. Together they don't contrast, they collide, creating a cinematic profile so powerful it almost feels alive. The new body sits leaner, sharper, more intentional, a longer hood, a tighter stance, shoulders that look ready to pounce. Every curve feels measured, like it's breathing between heartbeats. The headlights? Slim crystalline blades, alive with micro LEDs that breathe, even at rest. The grille? Forget what you remember. It's now a shifting, illuminated mesh, glowing softly from within like molten metal cooling in a forge. And in the center, the blacked-out three-pointed star spins slowly on startup, as if time itself bends around it. From the side, it's all muscle and mystery. 24-inch twin-spoke forged wheels in satin jet black, wrapped around AMG red calipers that peek through like clenched fists. No badges shouting for attention. No chrome screaming for approval. Everything is designed to be discovered, not displayed. Door handles? Hidden. Side mirrors? Gone. Replaced by aerodynamic camera fins that feel more spaceship than SUV. And the rear. Oh, the rear. It doesn't end. It concludes. A sweeping LED light bar arcs across like a blade of light. Minimalist, deliberate, divine. And beneath it, twin vertical exhausts stacked in carbon fiber, a world first from Mansory, whispering that luxury doesn't have to be quiet. Step inside, and the transition feels spiritual. The doors glide, not open, and once you're inside, the world outside just stops. This isn't luxury anymore. This is transcendence. Black leather with wine red ambient lighting wraps around you like a memory of speed. Swede, forged carbon, and Napa leather breathe together in perfect harmony. Every surface, responsive, every material, alive. The seats are sculpted thrones designed for both comfort and combat. Dark crimson stitching catches the light like veins of power. The bolsters literally adapt to your posture. If you shift, they breathe. If you tense, they support. And the headrests? They tilt forward automatically when they sense fatigue. Because in this SUV you don't drive, you command. The dashboard is a panoramic OLED canvas, pillar to pillar, no gaps, no breaks. It reacts to your voice, your expression, even your heartbeat. It's more than a display, it's an emotion mirror. Switch to comfort mode. Everything softens, the lights breathe blue, and you glide. Go sport. The screen ignites with red pulse lines, the steering tightens, and the sound deepens into that AMG thunder. And then there's whisper mode, my favorite. At night, the whole cabin glows crimson and the sound fades to silence. Only your breathing, your heartbeat, and the road remain. Touch anything, it answers. Speak anything, it listens. Even the air vents float, literally. Suspended directional fans that adjust airflow on their own, reading where you need comfort before you realize it. Above, a panoramic roof made from electrochromic memory glass. It shifts between clear, opaque, or even sky overlays that mimic constellations or auroras. At night, it feels like you're driving through the galaxy itself. But the real symphony begins when you drive. Under the hood, a 4.0L twin-turbo V8 paired with a 200 kilowatt electric motor. Together, 850 horsepower. 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. That's not acceleration, that's teleportation. And the best part? The sound. You can choose it. Classic AMG thunder, whisper quiet electric hum, or something entirely new. Pulse mode. A living engine note that syncs with your heartbeat. Yes, it literally listens to you. Classic AMG thunder, whisper quiet electric hum, or something entirely new. Pulse mode. A living engine note that syncs with your heartbeat. Yes, it literally listens to you. The suspension doesn't just react to the road, it reads it. Crosswinds, neutralized, cornering, balanced. It's like the SUV knows what's coming before the world does. And when the drive ends and the silence returns, you realize something rare. You haven't just gone somewhere, you've felt something. Because the 2026 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 63 P850 isn't just a car, it's an emotion machine. A reminder that technology can feel human, and that luxury doesn't need to scream. It can whisper confidence. This isn't Mercedes raising the bar. This is Mercedes moving it, so far ahead that everyone else has to squint just to see it. And by the time they catch up, this SUV will already be gone, disappearing into the night, leaving nothing but a silhouette and a heartbeat. If you felt something while watching this, if this kind of storytelling, design, and future concept excites you, make sure to subscribe, because what's coming next will make this look like the beginning of a new era in automotive art. It's strange how a machine can make you feel something. How a body of steel, glass, and carbon can stir emotion the way music or memory does. Yet here I am, standing before the 2026 Mercedes GLK SUV, and my pulse isn't steady. It's awake. It's moving to the rhythm of something far deeper than numbers on a spec sheet. Because this isn't a car you look at. It's a presence that looks back. The bright neon lime green paint doesn't simply shine. It ignites. It glows under the lights like bottled electricity. Alive, charged, unapologetically bold. A color that shouldn't work yet here, somehow, it becomes a statement of confidence. A paradox of aggression and elegance fused into one impossible shade. I've seen countless SUVs over the years, machines desperate to stand out, trying too hard to be noticed. But this one, it doesn't try. The GLK stands perfectly still, and somehow every molecule of your attention gravitates toward it like gravity has been redesigned. It's been years since the world last heard the GLK name. When Mercedes replaced it with the GLC, enthusiasts mourned. Not because the GLC was bad, but because the GLK had identity. It had edges, attitude, and honesty in its shape that felt almost human. But now, in 2026, the spirit returns. Not revived, reborn. The new GLK isn't a comeback. It's a declaration. A reminder from Mercedes saying, we didn't forget who we are. And as I circle this SUV beneath the studio lights, I realize this isn't evolution. This is a new design language entirely. A language built to slow your footsteps and steal your breath for just a moment. The body lines feel carved rather than drawn. Sharp where they need strength, soft where they need intent. The front fascia is minimalist yet deeply expressive. The headlights razor thin, glimmering with a precise white LED signature that cuts through the neon paint like clarity through chaos. Beneath them, the grille blackened steel intertwined with gloss black elements. Step to the side, and that neon lime green tone
powering up.
Under shadow, it deepens into a darker, venomous green. Under sunlight, it glows almost unreal, as if lit from within. The sculpted wheel arches hold massive 23-inch forged black wheels that look like rotating obsidian, aggressive yet elegant, wrapped in low-resistance rubber that somehow feels poised even without motion. Approach the door. And there's a ritual. The flush handles glide outward with the softest whisper. The LEDs awaken in a synchronized sequence, and for a moment, it almost feels as though the car is acknowledging you, like something alive, aware, and waiting to be driven. Then the real shock hits you, the interior. The moment you step inside, the world outside dissolves. The cabin is pure white luxury, a sanctuary carved from silence. Smooth white leather stretches across the seats, cool to the touch, stitched with patterns so precise they feel sculpted rather than sewn. Ambient lighting flows under the dashboard in soft gradients, glowing like ice blue veins under a marble surface. The contrast between neon fire outside and white serenity inside creates an atmosphere unlike anything Mercedes has crafted before. There are machines that enter a space, and then there are machines that become the space itself. The 2026 Mercedes-Maybach G-Class Grand Edition does not arrive at a location. It relocates the center of gravity. Everything else in the frame, every other vehicle, every building, every person standing on that pavement suddenly becomes background, noise to a symphony that just began playing without permission. I need to be honest with you before we go any further. I didn't expect this reaction. I've spent years around luxury SUVs studying them, dissecting them, watching them blur into a predictable cycle of stitched leather, ambient lighting, and inflated promises. I walked into this expecting excess dressed as importance, another badge stretched over something enormous and expensive. But the moment this Grand Edition settled into view, that assumption collapsed. This isn't an upgrade. It isn't a special trim. It's Mercedes deciding that the conversation around ultra-luxury had gone on long enough and ending it. Not by competing louder, but by standing still and letting gravity do the work. Rolls-Royce, Bentley, every so-called pinnacle of SUV luxury suddenly finds itself reacting, not leading. This isn't escalation. It's domination through certainty. The Grand Edition feels like what happens when designers and engineers are no longer negotiating with restraint. When the brief becomes simple and dangerous, build something unquestionable. A structure that moves. A presence that doesn't chase relevance because relevance arrives on its own. And that's exactly what this is, a moving monument that refuses to ask for approval. From a distance, it already feels inevitable. The silhouette doesn't try to be modern. It doesn't try to be sleek. It simply is. A form so deliberately squared, so unapologetically elongated, that it stops registering as automotive design. There are cars that you see on the street, and then there are cars that alter the very air they move through. The Mercedes G-Class has always belonged to the latter category. For nearly half a century, it has stood like a totem, a defiance of change, a squared-edge reminder that not everything bows to fashion. People didn't love the G-Wagon because it was sleek or futuristic. They loved it because it wasn't. It was a rolling declaration of stubbornness, a steel brick that became a symbol of wealth, power, and enduring taste. Which is why the arrival of the 2026 Mercedes G-Class SUV feels like an earthquake. The new generation doesn't just enter the scene, it detonates onto it. Mercedes didn't simply update their icon. They dismantled its identity and rebuilt it with a vision aimed decades ahead. One glance is enough to send shockwaves through anyone familiar with the classic silhouette. At first you pause, unsure whether you're looking at evolution or rebellion. But as your eyes adjust, the lineage becomes unmistakable. The roof still carries that authoritative flatness. The shoulders still radiate strength, and the stance still feels immovable. Yet everything is sharpened, tightened, and sculpted with intention. It is both the G-Class you know and one you've never seen before. Finished in a menacing jet black, the 2026 model doesn't flaunt itself. It consumes light rather than reflecting it, giving the SUV an almost supernatural presence. Park it beside the flashy giants of the segment, and the contrast becomes obvious. Others shine and sparkle, begging for admiration. The G-Class doesn't ask for attention. It demands it through silence. It's intimidating not because it tries to be loud, but because it chooses not to. Step closer, and the craftsmanship becomes undeniable. The grille is no longer a utilitarian rectangle. It has transformed into a sculpted shield with purposeful aggression. The headlights have evolved into piercing slits, predatory in their precision. Every vent, every crease, every line in the bodywork feels deliberately carved, as though the metal itself has been taught to breathe. Even the wheels look engineered for dominance, intricate and powerful. This isn't the accidental luxury box of the past. This is an SUV designed as a statement, as a piece of moving art that also happens to intimidate on sight. Inside, Mercedes has reshaped expectations entirely. Where old cabins felt luxurious but confined, this one feels expansive and expressive. The black leather wraps around you with richness, and the cabin flows in a way previous generations never could. Screens integrate seamlessly, materials blend organically, and everything feels meticulously placed to elevate the experience. It's elegant without excess, commanding without chaos. The ambient lighting sets a tone of quiet sophistication, not club-like flashes, but gentle illumination that feels almost spiritual. Yet the moment you start the AMG hybrid V8, serenity gives way to raw power. The sound doesn't just occur, it reverberates, an awakening rather than an ignition. On acceleration, the new G-Class feels reborn, quicker, lighter on its feet, and infinitely more responsive. It no longer drags its weight, it propels it with purpose. On the road, it feels transformed. Steering is sharper, the chassis more obedient. The once heavy frame now dances with unexpected precision. Corners that once felt like negotiation now feel like collaboration. This is engineering refinement at its finest, and yet the essence of the G-Class remains untouched. You still sit above the world. You still feel invincible. The confidence is still there, only now it's refined. Mercedes isn't competing with the blistering track speeds of the Cayenne Turbo GT or the theatrics of the Urus Performante. It doesn't care to. The G-Class stands alone, uninterested in joining the race. It defines its own category through presence, character, and unapologetic dominance. That is its power.